Do you know if I fill this with earth and some seeds, I can probably grow a garden right here, and I wouldn't have to go far if it would grow fast enough. I'm not sure if you can see the colors. It's funny that the Messer comes on, he mentions a few things, and all of a sudden I'm bumping into it everywhere. The Star of Bethlehem. I'm going to show it to you. House rental. And is it the Star of Bethlehem? Let me see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, this is not, but it just so happens that there's a star in the window. Not a big thing. Not a big thing. Then on this page over here that's on my desk, 1, 2, this is the Star of Bethlehem. Imagine there's a moon here and a moon here, and this star is connecting to these two moons. And then down here, this moon. This is your 4, 5, 6 line. This is your 2, 5, 8. Earth to the cycle of our single moon. The Y2K is inside of here. The beta creation is also inside of design. In fact, the entire alphabet is inside of this design. When we take the above point and run it all the way down, our A ends up here. If we run the bottom point, we do not have the A until the cycle runs to the second pyramid level over here. So it's all questionable. Okay, I'm always a little unprepared. In fact, I'm very unprepared tonight. I was setting up something to do time, and I did time yesterday, and I'm never sure who's going to show up, and I repeat a lot of things. I was watching Mighty Messer's video. Which one? Just let me a second. I have to check myself. I'm going to tell you which one I was looking at. It was Christmas Star 2020, and the Gregorian and the Gregorian calendar and the Julian calendar, and where the G for Gregorian and J for Julian, and Julian is Julian French fries. So you have, what would it be in Julian French fries? And Gregorian is, it says regulator, it says gorilla, it says gold, it says artificial intelligence. One says IE in lien. A lien means, let's say you go to the bank and you need a security of some sort. So that would be the lien. The Gregorian, the letter G is the 7th letter. The letter J is the 10th letter. 5 times 2, 10. 5 plus 2, 7. And in French, they exchange the sounds of these two letters between G and J. So what I'm doing is I'm just building the scenario out here. 7.5 times 48, 48 meaning SON, sun, equals 360. I want to find in numbers all the ways to find the possibilities of and from where they came. 48, the sun, will also create the numeric value basic of area space and transition of the 20 world. 5, 5, 5, 5. And then in between, it's 5, 5, 5, 5. In fact, there's 9 5s in an area space cube, but you can either use this 4 or that 4, and that's where phi comes in. And I don't do these mathematics, I don't really know, but if I spoke to a mathematician more of what it means, phi, it comes out of this numeric value, in which the two basic words for me, and I have not expanded it into the gematria value calculator, which is which will give you more words that go with Excel rule. Oh, germs, thank God. If it wasn't for germs and understanding the germs, German, how many? Germany, how many? Germany crickets, Germany. Man made out of wood. No, man made out of flesh. They say we're not like wax, but yet our skin melts like wax and gets bubbles in it like a balloon. So anyways, we're going to continue on to this over here. You can read it yourself, screenshot it, then maybe we can talk about it. Screenshot it, then maybe we can talk about it. You can screenshot this, and then maybe we can talk about that. As now that we're into this, you can screenshot this, and now we can talk about that. Should you screenshot this? This is the roulette board. See the stop signs, the 8-point star, the 8-point star, the 8-point star, and the crossing. Let's say 2 moons on this side, and then the crossing. This is the pattern. Let me take a look and see where the number pattern comes from. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to figure out if it's the roulette wheel. I think it's the roulette wheel, this numeric pattern. 4, 6. I can't really read this one, whether it's the roulette wheel or whether it's the penny. I think it's the roulette wheel. That's what it looks like. And how I get these designs is what I actually did with the numbers. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I flip it this way, and I flip it this way, and I flip it this way. In the roulette wheel, it's only flipped after you get to number 18, and then it's flipped that way. There's this also, which I might talk about if I can remember exactly. I know how I get the formations. I know all about the numbers, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to explain it. This is what happens when you divide by 7, and the designs that come up in order on your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, depending whether you're dividing, what is it? 1 divided by 7 equals 1 divided by 7. Do we cancel this? 2 divided by 7. You're always going to end up with 7, 1, 2, 4, 5, 8. You're never going to have 3, 6, or 9 divided by 7. So you'll end up with that. The Monopoly board. I want to see if I'm not sure if we spoke about the eggs, because the moon value is 57 and the word eggs is 5771, which is gateway to heaven. And the egg, or the EGG, how they check the birth, and the egg comes up to the same numbers. You can also take a look at this, and I'll try and see if I can remember it. Don't forget, there's 8,000 videos over 15 years of pieces and parts of information. I'm not sure if you're looking at this backwards or forward. And things that I do with numbers. Let's say I have number 94. What's number 94? 94 is part of how we get the Christ. How do we get 94 from Christ? 7 times 7, 49. Flip it the other way, 94. We divide it by 2, it becomes 47. Time. We flip it the other way, 74. Jesus. It has to be flip it this way, flip it that way, flip it this way, multiply it, add it, minus it. If you can't make it up in numbers, then you can't build it on a computer. If you can make it up in numbers, it can be built on a computer. If it can be mixed in a paint shop, then we can make our colors. And every color has a number. Purple is 88. Red is 27. Orange is 60. Orange sun, orange on the clock. Blue is number 40 for the blue earth, but how blue? Is it light blue? 9, 12, 21, GH equals to 15. G and H, it's a 15. That's your Mars for the letter O. G and H will create the sound in certain words or be silent of the letter F. Laugh. Light. In light, I don't hear G and H, but in laugh, I hear the F, but it's spelt with a G and H. So I'm not sure which one. And then there's another one. And this is the one that brings us to the time we're in. One, 2, 3 times 47. 80 is where the road split. So 80 by 47 is 3760. Time from Adam and Eve, or was it time from Abraham, the antenna? When the star of Bethlehem came in, we brought the Mars moons together into Luna. The star of Bethlehem, I'm assuming, because of what it can do and because of one of the pictures that I saw. I was going to ask you to screenshot it if somebody wants to ask me, then I can. Usually you'd think everything was private out here, but not everything is private. Just 1 second, I wanted to do something. Just 1 second. I was sending an email. And I'm not sure if I can share. There was something I wanted to share that has been taken off. It's at a bunch of deers we're talking about. Deer. Now remember, a consonant carries a vowel, so you might have to remove a vowel in order to get the actual 2-letter word out of deer. D comes with E, and R comes with A. And they were talking about this and how D and G, which is 4 and 7, G and D, God's space, or vacations, but it's not really vacations, it's sinations. Vacations, nation. Put those two together and try to figure out that word. Vacations, sinations, D and G. Put those together, think about it. Hold me up a piece of paper with just a letter all over the place and let me see if you actually got it. You see, that's where we have to be able to link together, so we can hold a letter here, look left, look right. So nobody really knows what we're talking about because it's nobody's business. This is private. Is it not private? Although this is not private, it's private in a way that no one should say or change what we are doing, since it is harmless to the general public. Then again, another design that I had made is right over here. How to split up the 5-star and the passing. See this? Time clocks, time clock, time clock. Time is slipping away. There was another piece which is over here. I'm not even sure where to start speaking. It doesn't show who's here, but I'm going to say hello. Let me see what this is. Let me hold it a little closer. You know what I'm going to do? I'm getting a mirror so I can't see it. Everything is showing up backwards. Give me 1 second. I'm going to switch the subject just for a second. Imagine that we have no more transport and your car breaks down. How do you get the part? How is if your truck breaks down? Imagine if it's a big truck and it's not your truck at all, but it's a semi-trailer and it's hauling something that you need, but it breaks down and it can't get a part. And you need that part for the freezer at your local grocery store, or the freezers don't work. And now they no longer have frozen or refrigerated food. Imagine that we need a part for the electrical supply on one of your generators at home, and you have a generator, but you don't have the part. So the generator stops working. But you have a fireplace and you have firewood and you can keep warm that way and you can cook all the food you have if you have food at all. If it's not winter where you are, or you bought enough food to supply you until your garden is ready. But does your neighbor have a garden? Supply and demand. Designs and artwork. There might be 5 points here, but if you're over here, you're not over here, and you're not over here. In fact, this divides these two going towards. And I can use this as anything I feel like. Notice the way there's 5 in the center to 5. It doesn't take much to stop the link, to stop the chain of a beautiful and perfect life that the Mayan use. Link that to the Amish. Thank God we didn't lose full memory to the books we no longer have, because everybody's looking at a book on their iPhone or iPad. To little and simple things. Why Bill Jobs, or was it Jobs, lost his position at the top for certain reasons that we'll never know. Where we see different arrowheads in KC, and we never understand what one arrowhead can do, but what if we had many arrowheads, as in the design below? What story would it be telling us? What is the story of V and W, and what does it mean to you? W connecting two, V one of two, or V in between two. Because once you create the W, you have 3 different V's. So even if you fill up your fridge for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, look up in the sky. Where's the sun? Why do I have so many of these little flies? I've never had fruit flies in this place until the last 2 years. How come? I've got red on my face. So we're going to look at this. And I look in the mirror. If I look at the mirror, let me see this. Let me see if I can do this. Can I do this? I'm trying to, wait, you're looking at that. I'm looking at my paper. No, I can't do this. I can't see my paper. How can I get my screen to come backwards? Can I get my screen to come backwards? Okay. Well, rose is a color. It's made up of 33 and 24, 66 inside the word rose, and it totals 57, the numeric value for the moon. Pink is numeric value 50, and it is made up of, very unique, where it's made up of PI is 25 and NK is 25, earth to earth. The other one is the command and creation of communication, and it runs through the moon. One is in English, one is in French. The word Venus, venue, Venus, menu, Venus. Friday, Venus. 81 or 18, the letter R, resident angel. 24, communication of the cat. Venus. SUN, sun inside Venus, take it away, is number 27. Numeric value for red, win big red. Win a big red dog. Pluto, number 84. 84 takeaway. I'm just trying to look what the takeaway is. Pluto, takeaway 51 for Mars. Is that what I have? In Venus, I took away 54 for the Sun, but in Pluto, I took away 51 for Mars. I'm just trying to see why. 21, 31. The PLO tells me, because of that word PLO, it tells me that TU is 41. PLO. So anyways, I took away 51 for Mars, and I'm left with 33. Command and create the mass. For the moon is number 57. And I took away Mars, I get the half-life 6. Mars is number 51. I have the moon 57. So anyways, this is the basic for this one paper. I'm going to take it out of play right now. Is there a paper that I held up before? Do we have the same, are we the same people now as before when I held up these sheets? This sheet over here, so let me go through my design for a second. I want to see if I still have it. I'm looking for the special design. Oh, yes. Here. This, have you ever seen this before? This is part of the Mayan, something to do with the Mayan months, the Mayan calendar. It's 13 areas and 7 areas. And it's all numbers that equal. The way to get this is divide any one of these by 7, right? And you will see exactly what the numeric value is. I'm going to turn it around. If you can get a photocopy of this or print it, so if you want to talk about it, I want hands. Too bad somebody can't be just lifting your hand and saying yes without revealing who you are if you want to stay anonymous. And TACPAN's backwards is Snapcat, which in French would be Snapchat. So we have 999. Where's my calculator? I just went out just in case, right? I went out and I bought 2 calculators. Wait a second. I went out and I bought 3 calculators. I mean, imagine you're sitting here with other people and everybody wants to do something. You only got, I don't want to see the phone and calculate on the phone. You can see what I'm calculating. I want my own calculator. I like these calculators. So we held up that paper, and if you're ready to do this, 999, 9999. I'm going to do 4 9s divided by 7 equals to 142842857. Wait, hold on. 9 divided by 7 equals. We can just use 1 9. Doesn't matter if it's 1 9, 2 9s. But the answer to 9 divided by 7 is 2857,142. The next number would be 923,076. 923,076 divided by 7 equals, well, no, it's 7 divided by 923,076 equals, no, something's wrong with this. Hold on. 9, 2, which is birth, creation of 76 divided by 7 equals, why am I not getting the answer? Anyways, it's 13868, which is the AC/DC house planet. But there's something wrong in here. Why am I not getting the, oh, because I'm on the right side. This is another calculation on this one. Hold on a second. The 99999 divided by 7 equals the 9,230,76 divided by 7 equals, okay, 8,461,53 divided by 7 equals, okay, hold on, 7,69230 divided by 7 equals 6,92307 divided by 7 equals 7 divided by 6,92307. It's been a while since I did this. I'm trying to figure out. Anyways, we're going to go on to the other one. We're going to do, I'm going to get a pen out here. Oh, okay, it's already marked. We're going to do the green. We're going to do what's in green. Can you see the numbers? Okay, it took me a little bit to figure out where I was going. The other side has a different answer. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 on one side, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on the other side. Something to do with the Mayans. So when you go 9 divided by, hold on a second, 9 divided by 7 equals 2857154. So you would look in the second position, right? The second position over here. This one over here is 9 and 7 divided. So now we're going to do 6 divided. So we're going to go 6 divided by 7. 6 divided by 7 equals the 85 number, right? And that shows up right over here on the calendar. Now we're going to do 5 divided by 7, which is your moon cycle. And you end up with the numbers in order of 7145825. And you end up at 714. You end up here, right over here. And this one line is number 5. So it's 7 divided by 5, 7 divided by 6, 7 divided by 7. It shows all 9s, right? 7 divided by 7. 7 divided by 4, or is that 4 divided by 7 equals to 57, 14, 28. 4 divided by 7 equals. So this runs the same as the Mayan calendar, so we know exactly what they're doing. The other side, if I remember, there's 13 of them, where I think there were 9. We went down from 7 people down to 4 people. I guess I'm not that interesting, but that's okay. That's why I shouldn't see any of these numbers. And that's why a lot of times I just do videos and I just upload them. Now on the other side, there was 76923. Let me look this up. 76923. 76923 divided by 9 equals, right, 76923. Now the other side, let me do it in red. Now that's a divider of 3 and 9, and you can see one of the answers over here. So this is just basic numbers. What does it mean? I don't know yet. It's telling me the gateway to the birth, 7 and 9. Everything's about 7 and 9, 7 and 9, 7 and 9. In this instance, we're going to put this aside. I was doing some painting. The Star of Bethlehem when Mighty Messer had told the video, and he's talking about the flags. And when I painted my apartment, I painted that on the floor, the exact design he was talking about specifically. And I don't know why. And he had woken me up to something, which was, I thought, very interesting. Here's my Monopoly board, all divided up. Here are my trains. And usually when you have a train, the train usually owns the properties to the left and to the right for the tracks. The Christmas trees are in all the corners. And the connecting properties and delta angles to the Christmas tree, how it fills in. I don't know exactly what it means. And then if you take a look in the center, once you're drawing all these lines, it's the Star of David. Take a look. But it's open over here. There's no point in here because it's broken up by the train tracks, telling me that everything's been broken up by the train tracks. Railroad, what does that mean? R&R 99, broken up in Jupiter. There is no number 31. 31st area is right over here. And the reason this is either one area, this is either 4, this is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. I'm going to explain that in a minute. 1, 4, 9, 16, In order to have a perfect square corner, it's either 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5. If it's 5 by 5, then the property size, okay, would automatically have to be either this or this or this. The property size would either be 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5. It can go 4 by 5, but it's not 5 by 5 because 5 by 5 is only the size of a corner. All the properties are rectangular. 2 by 5, it's not 2 by 5. I calculated that if I flip this over, it'll cover 3 properties. So if this is 5, covering 3 properties is not going to work out because it's got to be equal. It can't be 2.5 squares. So it can be 4 by 4, because then 3 properties will be 2 and 2. Or it can be 3 by 5, and etc., etc. And that's the size of your Monopoly board, how to calculate your Monopoly board. And if you look up when the Monopoly board is made, the Monopoly board is 20 inches by 20 inches when it was made, and that's what it says online about the Monopoly board. You can also see that there are X's. There's an X over here, but it comes on an angle because it's cut off. You see there's an X here, but this is on an angle. This one over here. And I'm using it. I designed it. See the way it's rectangular in the name? So I had to create it rectangular based on railroad track and 1 property, railroad track and 1 property. So I drew this straight across here and then down here and then straight back, railroad. And I did the same thing up here because I need the railroad. I needed a property on each side, and I need a corner, and a corner has to own a property on each side. leaving me with only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 properties that are free, that are not connected to a railroad or a corner. Area number 31, 30 from go, once you're landing on go, is go to jail. Free parking is 21. Visiting jail is 11, go is 1. This property over here is at the Mediterranean. You cannot get it unless you roll 41 on the dice. Sorry, this property over here. You need to go 41 on the dice because it is your first property and you use 2 dice. So there's a reality, an obligation inside that game. At the beginning of this video, I asked everybody that was here, and there was no one. So then I waited, and there were 2. And then there were 4, and I asked them to photocopy or to screenshot some of the things I was going to talk about as I bring them up. And one of them was this. And the reason I asked to photocopy is because I wanted to look down at my paper and I didn't want to look at the screen for what I was going to try and remember to talk about, because I have written down so much, can I call it information, that I don't know sometimes whether I'm coming or going and how to explain and what my thoughts were at that time. And I'm seeing, I just hate it. I mean, when I look at this, they look like just nanobugs. Where's my cat? Where's my cat? And then there's, I'm just trying to remember which, oh, yes. The number 3, loop to loop. The number 3, loop to loop. If you ever take a look at, watch football tomorrow on Sunday, and just watch the numbers, look at the different designs of numbers. They're all telling different stories. This is the number 3 in this story. You can almost see like Mickey Mouse ears inside number 3. I also, at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to do this real quick, this was the Star of Bethlehem, where the east-west 4, 5, and 6, okay, was connecting to 2, 5, and 8 right through the center. The 2 moons, one on this side of moon, one on this side of moon, and then 1 moon in the center. These envelopes are showing that this is 1/4 value to 3/4 open value. 3/4 open value talking about your moon, 1/4 open value talking about your earth. It's also Y2K because that's what's created in here. So if everybody has this piece of paper, I'm going to take a look at it. And it's my 3rd day in a row that I've spoken about time, the 96 seconds and 96 minutes in an hour, the 90 seconds and the 90 minutes in an hour, the 15 and 16-hour day, and the division between creating day and night. 4 times 4 day, and 4 plus 4, 8 night. 8 is H, and the day is P, P and H. P and H, 7 and 8, the dividing of the gateway. 7.4 times 48 equals to 360. 3 times 25, or 10 times 75, equals to 750, but does not divide into 360. I'm just trying to look for it. 24 times 15, 360. 12 times 30, which is 33, the 12 disciples, the 33, the command and the create, equals to 360. I don't know why it says low side. 3.75 times 96. I have to get my calculator out. I may not be able to talk about this. I want to see why I'm doing this. Right, 3.75, which are the letters C for creation of 7.5, which is D5, which is the moon. If you want to call it the moon antenna, the G5. I call the moon the satellite because the letters are G5, and now that they're starting to talk about G5 all the time in communication, well, it's leading me right to the moon. 96 is in rotation of connecting two sides because of the design. 9, 6, and it creates that 8 between the two sides. And if you take a look, right, you have 77, and sometimes you have that bar in the center of the F, or 77. Born to the earth, pass calm through the sun, link, gate, communication, moon energy. 9 times 5 and 9 times 6. You can also look at this as 56, 69, 96. This one can also be looked at as this is it creates a half of something. So 2 comes into the factor. Here's your 5, and here's your 2, and this will be your bricks. When Moses was building bricks, your bricks is telling you about your H and your I. Whoop. This is H and I. This is your brick building. Here's your I in between all your bricks. And then here's your, where's your H? And then here's your H. Your H, and then you're connecting with your I. So it's either I and H. And then in each one you have your 2 windows, telling different stories. We can go down to this one and then up to this one. That is your Taurus. I like to call it Taurus because of the design and because of the month of April, when it's the month of Taurus. So it's telling us different stories. And like above, can also be below. So there's that story that goes with this. Time. This is the first numbers with decimals, building the puzzle up. What fits where in time? We shall put words to numbers and more math, games as well. Let's see, I was just talking to myself in this. So we're going to put that aside. And the questions are coming. The answers to pass. The numeric value and connect the messages, 577. What does the chicken and God have in common? The chicken will lay 6 eggs and will rest on the 7th day. And every so many months, the chicken will go to a peak of laying and then down to the bottom of no more laying, and now no more eggs. Or the pig. How many piglets can we get? Up to 21 on the cube. It's 21. And the cube, although it's 21, and we're going all over the place, it's 21. We will have at one point 14 around the belly, and then we'll have 1 here and 1 here. So if we have 14 around the belly, we have 7 up and 7 down. 1 and 4 equals to 5. And now our communication stands this way. But if we don't count the one that's down on the dice, sitting down, we're going to count the 4 around as 14 and the one that's up. If it's a 2 up, the 5 is not counted. So if it's 14 around, do you follow what I'm saying? Hold on a second. You're going to count it. 3, 9, 13, 14, and there we have 3, 6, 4, whoop, and 1, and then 3 again when you start over. So it's 3, 9, 13, 14, plus the 3 extra. And in this scenario, we have 5 on top. So we have 14 and 5 on top. We have a total of 19. The 2 is on the bottom. This is the spirit of Venus. That's the story it says right here. And I'm just using the basic 2 value. Venus is split. It's split on Mercury. Mercury, Venus, Venus. And where Venus, Venus will end up being Mars, and the communication will be the 2 moons, and the moons are Phobos, S-U-B, your plug-in, and Deimos, the cube. The cube in your plug-in, only because the word Phobos and die for the dice. You plug in your, but Venus has no moon, so the moons come out here in this planet over here. And the reverse of Mars, M, 13th letter, the reverse is 14N. A, the 01st letter, and the reverse is Z, 26. R is the 18th letter, the reverse is I, 09. Then S is the 19th letter, reverse is H. We have H, I, N, Z, and the total is 14, 40, 49, and 8. Heinz 57. And here is the H, and we've done this many times before. Here is the I, and here is the N, and here is the Z, and we have the Union hookup, Union Jack. 57 and 51, 108, all zeros equal 6, 168 hours in the week. And the Monopoly board with 1 in the center. Monopoly board is 13 area blocks by 13 area blocks for a corner that we spoke about before. Monopoly corner is not square like this, but it is the minimum square like this, and it is the minimum property like this. In this scenario, we'll end up with 9 properties at one area, so it'll be 9 here, and then 2 on this end, and then we'll have another square on this end for measurement. So it'll be 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 4. So we'll have 9 areas, 4 and 4. Total is 13 by 13. 169, which means there has to be 168 around 1. It's the obligation of quadrille paper. So the egg is 5775, runs through the moon. God and the chicken, they both take a rest on the 7th day, whenever that 7th day comes up. The questions are coming. The numeric value, this time cycle, 5 by 7, 35. 5 plus 7, 12 is 47. Jesus Christ time, beta creation minus Warner Brother creation of Jesus cycle, 5775, Earth to moon. 75 is as well 3/4. Earth is 1/4, Earth to Earth. 1 motor, 2, 3, 4 wheels. So either you have a motorcycle, a tricycle, or the 4-wheel car. Different ways for communication or linking. We have 7 by 7 we spoke about before. 49 plus 14 is 63. You can also use that as 36 for your 360 degrees. Minus it equals to 35. So your Christ cycle will now connect to the numeric value 7 by 5, 35. The moon energy, 3 and 5. Electric company, waterworks. And what are the two what are the two properties? Just trying to see it. Here's go to jail. Here's go. So you have electric company. $53 and waterworks. $55. Oh, because I'm just using the first initials. 5 times 5, 25. 5 plus 5, 10, 35. Waterworks into electric company. 3 times 5, 15. 3 plus 5, 8. 23. How else can we get 23? 15. 1 times 5. How can we get 23 also? 27. 2 times 7, 14. 2 plus 7, 9, 23. 3.1415, 92. The creation, the first numbers in pi, all stemming out from 27, when a big red. And, 53, electric company, and 27, when big red. Did we accomplish anything over here? Did I get anything done over here? We were talking about sizes of the Monopoly board, and the reason for that is the corner is equal to 2, 4. So when I flip this over, how many times do I flip this over before it's equal with one of these lines? Everything has to be calculated for it to work on this computer, this PC. So anyways, a 2 by 2, which will be 2 times 2 is 4, 2 plus 2 is 4, gives me 8 or 80, and that's our communication, and that's where we stem off from the root 66. 36 and 12, 48, the sun and Pluto. That's how 36 is created. 93, the skies of Saturn. And flip it upside down, it's 36 or 63 again. 3 by 3 gives me rotation, command and creation of the Christ. Mars in creation, creation of the day. This would become 18, resident angel, reverse, it becomes 81. Divided into 4 area spaces. Number 3. 4 by 4 gives me the gateway, 7 and 8, deck of cards. 1 by 7, 1 plus 7 creates this numeric value. It shows me it's the creation of the half-life. And phi, 4 by 4 is 16 and 8, the day and the night, and it shows me the divided gateway between the moons. The deck of cards, look at the 6, 7, and 8 together. Mars, Jack, 1, 2, 3, 4 creates the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creates the 15. They're backwards to each other. 5 by 5, electric company in Mars, minus and plus. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 equals to 35. Minus, we get 15. So this is the way this calculation comes into set. And this was how I choose my corners in Monopoly. That's where I came up with this idea, because this is square. How many times do I have to flip this before it covers this? So, I mean, I don't know if I should be doing it. I also bought another scissors, and I'm not really sure if I should cut this out or not. And then the amount you pay, the amount we pay for the properties, I'm going to flip over this Go. I'm going to flip over Go. And it took up 2/3 of a property. Can you see this? Can we see that? Took up 2/3. So that'll be 3 times Go before. See, it took up a property and 3/4. So that's 1 times a property and 3/4. I'm going to have to do the corner how many times to cover up these properties. And I just keep folding this paper. So you can see for those who show up, because we're at 7 people again, 7 persons. Too bad I can't say, are you a robot? We're all robots, are we not? And when you say, Google, do this for me, it can only do what's possible for it. When you ask me to do this for you, I only can do what is possible for it. Because my hands are marshmallowy, because I'm not made of metal. Well, wait a second. Copper, iron, manganese, magnesium. I must be made of something, because I can move my body parts offset, and I don't have nuts and bolts, and I'm not made of wood, and my name's not Pinocchio, yet I didn't bring an apple to my teacher, and every time the apple shows up, something goes wrong. So many poison apples, so many different kinds, and so many things we can do with apples. It's just crazy. Have you ever been to an apple farm or spoke to a person with apples on how they make their apple trees and how the apples work? It's amazing. It's just amazing. Farming is amazing. Have you ever sat down and talked to your cat, to your dog? But have you ever sat down next to a chicken? Have you ever sat down and looked at a pig in its eyes? Have you ever looked at a bull? Have you ever ridden a horse? What does the chicken say? Or what do you hear the chicken say? But you don't know. But you know the sound. You're out of cluck. I'm out of cluck. It's my monopoly. Just going to be reading off this paper. I'm not sure what it says yet. Sound of music, vibrations, gives humans feelings unspoken. Who is it that hinders us into thinking we wage differences? Economics created as we travel from country to country, moving jobs because of the cost of manutention. If your donkey can walk 5 days, then your delivery shall take 5 days to link the weekend and then return. Thus 2 donkeys walk to meet at the trading post. That's how far we would travel for the goods we need. Follow the trail of the elephant's water holes, and those shall be the markets we travel to. We have been sliced and diced, living to high hopes that the jobs we have today will be until the day we retire. We want everything cheap, so be it. It's all made by the machine. Machine, C-H-I-N-E-M-A, machine. Everything we want cheap. Thus, that is how far we would take to travel. We have been sliced and diced. We want everything cheap over the seas. Overseas went the jobs, and 3.5 billion producing and living in poverty. 3.5 billion are producing your products coming at the dollar store between Taiwan, China, Bangladesh, etc., India, etc. And still most live in poverty. And now we go towards poverty as they throw us the bone. Throwing us the bone. Great, I can get a car, 7 years to pay for it, or I can drive an old clunker and just keep repairing it. $30,000 for a car, or just keep repairing my car. Brakes and tires, a new windshield. Do we really have to paint it? We need windshield washer, but the motor keeps going on and on. I need a new shock absorber. The differential went. How much will we put in when it's actually worth buying the new car? When Mexico, I'm saying Mexico because I've seen a lot of cars to a transport company that is no good here, yet it's good in Mexico. Because of what reason? Santo Benici. Just want to move over some of these papers here. This paper over here. This paper over here. So I'm just looking for something. I had spoken the other day that I had lost the name of something, and I lost it again. Just give me a minute. Everybody take a break. Time for a break. We've been here long enough. We don't want to miss anything. Everything and anything. Everything and anything. Anything and everything. Just looking through my book and just skipping over 8, only catching the corners. Where we come, where we go, where we stand, our communication. We receive, we send out to receive into one area space, our own heaven. Our head stands up, we search out, 33. What is above is below, our thoughts, just a thought. And it's bugging me because I had put this down not to forget. And now I forgot. I wish I could find it. Just give me a second here. I have to put these papers together. Let me reorganize. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. It's hard to throw anything out. It's just too hard to throw anything out. Let me put this over here. I like when it's neat, and it usually seems to always be upside down. So many things going on. I don't want to do too many double tasking or triple tasking here. Got my scissors. I was looking for a name. I had found it, and now I had lost it. So let me get back to where I was, and I just put all my papers away that I was going over. Okay, I didn't do this. Let me put this in the back. I'm reorganizing. I'm reorganizing. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Where was I? The questions are coming. We did this. We did this. We did this. We did Monopoly. We did this. I didn't explain this. And this is where the, let me see what this was. What was this? 258147. Oh, God, yes. This is where, if you take a look, I'm only using up the first two areas, and I'm not using up 369 yet. Okay. If you look at the goat fox, it's right over here. 14836. I forget how I got that design. It was a numeric calculation. These designs over here have to do with dividing. If I divide, you see the number 857142. So this is 857142 in this area over here. And it's just different ways to connect 147258. And that's by dividing 7 by different numbers, dividing 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This calculation over here, 7 by 189, I forget where that came from. 76923 divided by 3. Let me see what that is. 76923, 76923 divided by 3. 25,641. Wow. That's very close to the Mayan number. 76923 divided by 189 equals 2. 76923 divided by 189 is 407. And that would say God. This has to do with this scale over here that comes from the Mayans. Dividing by 7 in the green, dividing by 9 in the red. There are two numbers that do not work out. They work out to a different number. And in between numbers are telling us that I'm part of this and I'm part of that. And that's why I'm in between. Okay. Yes. Okay. I have this number on top. And for those who are here from the last few days, I spoke that I had lost something. Well, I can't lose it because I didn't lose any of my books. So I couldn't have lost that. So I'm going to finish with this paper first before I move on. This paper over here. I mean, if you can screenshot it and then look at it separately. Let me see if I can raise this light a little bit more. Screenshot. Time for a glass of water, and I'm going that way. I'm going to lose my hand. So to you, I might not have a hand. Oh, painting. Oh, and I have to go into the other room. I'm painting. Too bad I can't bring the camera. I don't want the paint. So let's take like 2 minutes on this. I'm going to go finish my floor that I had ruined. I didn't ruin it. I just put paint on it really quick, and I was trying to make something because of something Mighty Messer said. I had that square flag on my floor. It was one of the first things I ever did. So let me go into this room here. Oh, not fair. Oh, yeah. In one of my pairs of pants, I just put red paint. Let me take this off. Give me a second. We're on break right now. Yeah, so I may have ruined my pants. I'm not sure. I got this yellow red paint on it. I'll still go out with it. Oh, we lost half the crowd. We went from 8 to 4. Not fun. Here's a ball. 88 is the ball. See this here? That's an 8. And then this one's an 8. You put the 8 together, get a ball. Santo Bonici has a great vision. What we are, sir. Holland is second biggest producer of agricultural products. America is number 1. Good evening, all. Mighty Mouse. Good evening, Sweden. Good evening. You know what? I was thinking of you the other night. I says, it's been a long time since we spoke. And I think you know who you are. And yeah, it was nice. I mean, it opens up, when you speak to somebody somewhere else, it sort of opens up a channel, and the channel opens up your world. And it's almost like you're on the other side when you speak from, being in the car all the time, but now out of the car, not being able to drive near certain cities. Yeah. And you changed your name too. How come everybody can change your name and I can't change my name? This media, they're always checking on you. Everybody having a ball? So we were talking about this paper here. I'm not sure if anybody screenshot it yet. Didn't, maybe. Anyways, it all started that, Mighty Master started talking about the Star of Bethlehem and Beit, Jerusalem, ham radio, and the star shows that it's connecting other moons. That's to me what that star shows. And another thing that star shows, and I don't know if I can move my couch and do this. I want to see if I can show you one of my designs. No, my couch is on top of it. Maybe I can bring it up on my computer here. I'm not all swifty when it comes to these computers. No, that's not what I want. Desktop. I'm gonna see it's under roulette. Let me look at this. Search desktop for roulette. Wow, on desktop, no. Okay, maybe we can see it in this design over here. Okay, we have it in this design over here. Okay. So the design is over here. This is the roulette board, and let me see how it shows up. This board. Oh boy, how did I do this? I'm just trying to look where the numbers are. But when you connect multiple boards, okay, the board on the left, the board in the center, and the board on the right. Where's my finger? I don't see my finger here. How come I'm not? Okay. Here's my finger. I want to see my finger. You have this area here, but you're only connected in the bottom. So it's like you're connecting to the transmission here, to the transmission on this side, transmission on this side, and here is your hexagon. Here is a hexagon. Here is a hexagon going up and down. Here's a hexagon going up and down. These are all because of what the roulette numbers have obligated me to do. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I made 8 boards by 36 numbers. So I don't need 8 automatically. In order to get my first reflection, I need, in fact, let me look for another board for a second. No, this is something to do with the penny. Let me see this one. Not really sure which one I should use. Just 1 second. Give me a second. Oh, I also wanted to show you this one. 2 different worlds running the same numbers 1 through 36, but they're different. This is the English and the American roulette. Let me see if it's this one I'm going to run with. Okay, I can run with this one here. I'm not sure what you're seeing right now on the screen because I'm not there. Let me see. Yeah. This all has to do with roulette, and this is. Let me start at this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8. Create the squares. 2, 4, 6, 8. Create squares. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 again over here. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 over here. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 over here. What are these? What is this and what is this? This is the reflection of each other. This is 8, 11, 10, 13. It creates this. They're all black. Over here, okay, these two are 2 reds, 16 and 19. This one over here is 2 reds, 18 and 21. And this one over here is 17 and 20. And I created it like this because 17, 1 plus 7 equals to 8. 2, 8 and 2, the cycle of the moon. So I separated. I did red one color. Did the blacks the other color, and this is your red and your black from your roulette. So your stop sign, what happens is, where's your stop signs? Boy. Oh, yes. The stop sign is when I leave an area space in between two games, because here's 1, 2, 3, 1, and then I flip it the other way, 3, 2, 1. Then I flip it the other way, go 1, 2, 3, and I flip it the other way, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So that's that board over there. I'm trying to see where I can show you those stop signs that show up. Let me see what this shows up over here. Hold on, it's going to show up on the screen again. No, this is the same thing. I can't seem to get the stop signs that show up. So give me a second. I'm going to go on the floor because I have them on the floor somewhere. And I really wanted to show those stop signs. In a single board, let me see. Oh, and what I also did to the board, okay, is I joined when I went A, B, C, C, B, A. I took out the C completely, and I just did A, B, B, A, Abba, because Abba is father. So I don't need creation because I already have creation. Where is my creation? 1 and 2 is 3. 4 and 5 is 9. Where is my 6? I seem to not have a 6 in here, except 7 and 8 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. So I have already 3, 6, and 9 without having a third row of 3, 6, and 9. All I have is 1, 2, 4, 5. 1 and 2 is 3. 4 and 5 is 9. I have a maximum of 12. 1, 3, 4, 5. So now I can even squeeze it again if I want, and I'll have 1, 2, and 7, 8, and nothing else. 1 and 2 is 3. 7 and 8 is 15. 18 will be my total. And it creates this design. And then here is my Star of David. Over here, that'll be in the center, 7, 10, 13, 16, and 19. This is the divider of the repetitive world. These two diamond shapes, if you take a look and I draw a line this way, it'll create a building and a building. One building going this way, one building going this way. They'll crisscross on top of each other. And here's my home right here in the center. So that's my roulette and the stop signs that go along with, I think it's with what Mighty Messer was saying. Here's something that is painted exactly on the floor. Let me see. Here's something that's painted exactly on my floor. These cubes is 16 and 19, 18 and 21. What I did is I put a Y in between, or the Mercedes sign, and it creates the cube. See the tulips? Tiptoe through the tulips. Just trying to see what else there is in here. No. 1776. Yes, here's something I'm going to show you. What happens in the roulette wheel? I'm not sure if you can see this. It doesn't even necessarily have to be the roulette wheel. Hold on a second. I'm not even sure if I'm seeing it properly. 58. If you take number 1 and then you go to the next level, 10. 1 and 10. Add this up. You got your calculators out? 1 and 10 is 11 plus 19 equals to 30 plus 28 equals to 58. 2 and 11 equal to 13, and 20 equals to 33, and 29 equals to 62. 3 in the next level, go up by 9. I'm counting these by 9. 3 plus 9 is 12, so 3 and 12 equals to 15, Mars. 15 and 24 equals to 39, the skies of Saturn. 24, 33, add 33. So you have 3 and 12 is 15, and 24 is 39, and 33. Hold on a second. Let me add this up. You have 3 and, sorry, you have 3 and 12 and 20, sorry, 3, 12, 21, 33. Do I have a wrong number there? 3, 12, 21. Oh, 30. Sorry. 3, 12, 21, 30. Okay, that's 66. And then here you have 4, 13, 22, 31. And here you have 5, 14, 23, 32. Here you have 6, 15, 24, 33. 7, 16, 25, 34. Did I get that right? All sevens equals to the cycle of the moon. The house is in number 8. 17. The Q is inside of Neptune. 17, 26, 35. 90 in the 9th house in the birth. 9, 18, 27, 36. And then you crisscross and you find out all the numbers. 222 times 4, 888 times 8, 1776. 222, 222, 222, 222, 222. Eventually you have 1776. And they're all going to tell you these numbers here in roulette. You have 1776. So that's that one design over here. Let me see where else I'm going to go with this. I'm just trying to look up through some of these designs. There's a lot of designs. Oh, I found it. I found the one. Oh, roulette. I'm gonna change the name of this one. I put roulette great. I have a terrible system of remembering things. Roulette stop sign. Okay, and in roulette it says Morpheus, Orpheus, orphan children. So here's the one with the stop sign. And how do I get the stop sign? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here's the ring. You see this little thing here, and then the place for the diamond ring. And this is in between two rows. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So it's joining two rows. And here's your stop sign. And your stop sign shows up at 17, 18. So here your stop sign shows up where 17 and 20. Over here, the Y and the Y, the Y and the Y. On this side, the Y and the Y on this side. And then above, let me see what numbers this is. This is 13, 14, 15, 15 and 14. How's that possible that these two join? 13, oh, okay, because I flipped it over. It's 13, 14, 15, and 15, 15, 15. So the line joins. And if you take a look where this line joins, and these are all red, I'm connecting these through red and black. I'm not doing anything that shouldn't be done. You can see the dividing line here, and connecting my red passing through will create an 8. 8, 8, 8. And the number of boards is 1, 2, 3. There's 4 boards here. 4 boards at 36, 144, 1,440 minutes in the day. And these are all obligations off of the roulette wheel. In this design over here, also an obligation in the roulette wheel, okay, is you have the little eye in between the two aliens. And then obligation, here's his body, the obligation for these two aliens over here. This is off the roulette wheel. This design over here, if I remember correctly, is when they removed the Canadian penny off the market. There was only one way to pay. It was either 5 cents or 10 cents. I'm just trying to look through some designs. And it's over here where they mark it. Orphelin, orphelin. 1776. 57, 75. 77 times 75. I didn't do any of this. All my numbers comes out of what is already there, already existed. I didn't do anything. I didn't change anything. Just trying to see what this is here. Okay, no, this is just a nothing design. No, I was. Then this design here. Okay, see again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is how I break up the roulette board in specifics running. See the way it runs? I broke up orphelin, so I had to put the lines there. And then this line comes off of here and it strikes right through this number over here. And then this line divides this number, but I'm following their division in their betting patterns in the board that was created. That's somewhere around the world that already exists. And then all these lines are because of what they told me to do. Nothing to do with me. I'm taking a slight break right now. Let me see what this one is and this one. Okay, this one, I'm going to have to put it aside for now. Just give me a second. Thank you, Susan. Yes, I did the dartboard, and what's funny about the dartboard is that's the moon in our birth. I don't have the design right now. I don't know where it is. I'm not sure exactly what I did with it. But when you add up 1 to 20, and don't forget, even if you add up 1 to 20, that dartboard has to be cut in half, has to be put in quarters. You have to follow the lines of the dartboard. And the dartboard also says other things, as well as bowling and tennis and golf, and it all tells stories. Did you get a birdie? Did you get par? Did you? How many darts do you get to throw, and how many feet are you behind the line? And how they present the dartboard, and even how the odds are in darts. And you have the 50 in the red in darts and the 25 around it. 50 and 25 equals 75, and that's the moon value. The dartboard, when you add up 1 to 20, it equals to 210. When you add up 1 to 15, it equals 120. The difference is that 90, and that's our 90 birth. All zeros equal 6. One of the reasons that I say this is, number one, on the dice cube, the 1 is the opposite of the 6. Okay. Why is it not 8 when there's 8 numbers around one number, the center number 5? Because you have to be passing through. And what is passing through, don't count the tail end, just count the nose coming out. So you have, you don't have to count the tail or the end, because you're that single one that's passing through 3 and 3 and the 1 heart. And that is your 7, 6, and 1. And it is the only one on the cube. So when it comes to darts, I'm just going to go basic here. You also have double darts, which makes, if you had all doubles on the board, 1 through 20 doubled, it'd be 420. And then if it'd be tripled, you'd have 630. So you'd have 630 and 420 is 1050, the hand of God. 1050 and 210 is 1260. And 1260, actually 12960 is what the figure I was looking for. But 1260, I think, is that total. 210, 420, 630. 0, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 10, 12. You have 1260. All you're missing is 180 now for the 1440 minutes that we have in the single day. But it's not the single day, because the cycle tells us it's 3 days and 1 day. So 3 days and 1 day of 1440 is 5760, and that's times 0, or the year 2000, because of the Jewish calendar and the 5760. the Jewish calendar to the year 2000 is 5760. The dartboard is 210. All zeros equal 6. It becomes 216, or let's say 216.0, which is your diameter of the moon, or 1.5, the value of Mars, 15, times 1440 equals to that, or 9 times 24, 216, and all reflecting your birth, which is relevant to the cycle of the moon. It's not that time in a month. So do you have a dartboard pattern? Dart sounds like, and even words like, were there too many? Was it germination? Was it a German nation? Or is a German nation, or were there just Germany? Germany, two man. Man split and divided in Germany. It says it in the word. Germination, Germany, man, and the Y. The Y represents Earth, and it divides 101. That's what your Y does. -1 + 1. We can't go from -1 to +1. We have to go to 0. And the only way to get there is this way. You go -1, you go down here. -1, you go down here. +1, you go up here. And that's your Y. And now we can do it again. +1 and -1. And that's where we come back to. And that's where we come back to that. Hold on a second. To one of these designs right over here. And the in-between is over here of that design. Gas, water, earth, space, time, heat, elements create mass. Purple and royal, 6/22/6. If we go from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., that's 16 hours, and that's 8 hours, dividing the night and the day. 14,884 in Pluto. I'm not really sure what this means. I don't remember this. The seventh gate DNA. I don't remember what this was. I don't know. Just give me a second. I want to look for something. Just give me a second. Camera. Is it in the bucket? No, it's not in the bucket. Is it over here? No. Just give me a second. Oh, yeah. Just want to shut off my light for a second. See, we can play with these lights. See the way it's red? And then I just turn it. It's still red, and now it's black. When I put the green light on, everything turns black. The egg trays. 30 eggs get into a tray. How many weeks does it take before the chicken can fill that tray? But then how many days will the eggs last? So how many days will the eggs last before the eggs are no longer good? And how long before that egg tray is filled? When a chicken lays an egg, one egg for 6 days and rests on the 7th day. It will take 5 weeks, 35 days to get 30 eggs. So does anybody remember where we left off about 15 minutes ago, what we were talking about when I asked to screenshot this? Really bugs me that I have to move things out of my way. Really bugs me. Bugs me that this wire. Wires in my way. I'm going to be taking a 1-minute break in front of you, looking for something. I'm looking for something. Oh, as I'm looking for something, I want to talk about something else. Has anybody heard of free money, Gesera and Nasera? G and E, the moon. N and E, the birth. Whatever it is, you cannot take it. You cannot take anything free. From this day on, you try your best not to take anything that's free, unless, for certain stipulations, comes from a father, a brother, a mother. Otherwise, don't take anything that's free. You'll be helping yourself. Okay, I didn't find it here in this book. October. I'm looking for something in a book, so just give me a second. It's really bothering me. You know where the roof is? Woof, woof, the roof. Gregorian calendar and the Julian calendar. The Gregorian calendar starts with a G, and the Julian starts with a J, and Earth's numbers, 52, will create that. I wrote something down, and it's really bugging me. The 384 long day, the long year of the Hebrews, 384 days, 20 days longer. G, something by something equals 189. 9 by 3. 3 times what equals 189? 108. I'm not really sure what this is over here, but I was looking for that 189 before. So if somebody can look at this equation and figure it out, because I don't want to take any time right now to figure it out. And even in this design, if you take a look at the deck of cards, the light, you know, the way the light opens up over here. Okay, the king has that design on his crown, and so does the jack, just this one area from this corner to that corner and down to the flat. And also, if you put two eyes in, it might look like a bird. Or the swords that they're holding up, but they can also look like towers if you design this properly by drawing straight lines. Draw a straight line on something that's an angle. Wow, it's really, really bugging me. Is there any book anywhere else? Okay, let me take this out of the way. Let me take this out of the way. Take the mirror out of the way. Take the mirror out of the way. Take this out of the way. Take the phone out of the way. Just 1 second. I was waiting for a message before that I never got, so let me take a look. My son had his little birthday party tonight, and I don't know if you can see this. Happy birthday, happy birthday. That's the card I gave him. That's the card his mother gave him. She gave him the dark card. I gave him the bright. And that's has plastic wrap on it because I take it back and I use it for next year again. And I can wipe off what I wrote and just give him a new card if I feel like it. That was his son. Okay. Okay, so let me get, I'm postponing everybody over here, right? Anyways, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I wanted to look for. It was just the few things that people have been telling me, go look at this and go look at that. And I try so hard and want to so hard to go look at what everybody else shows me, but I'm not home during the week the way I used to be home during this period of time. 1776 dartboard pattern, amazing, a lot to soak in, but it makes sense to me about the quick dartboard explanation. And then there's other things about the dartboard the opposite numbers to each other, and you're tripling up. So if you're tripling up A, B, C, you're talking about a different part of the vibration. Remember, I start with the one dice cube, and the one dice cube finds another dice cube, and they have babies. So from two opposites, or actually one and one opposite, they make a third part of both. So that would be the three. And when the one joins another one and makes a baby, and how we multiply and what it takes to multiply. It's the obligations, the way of life. It's the way of the universe, or the way of the universe that was created for us. You have to succeed, or is it succeed? To have success. All spells in language. Yes, the writing spells. The Y shape is interesting, significant. IMO. What is IMO? Let's use the full words. And the reason for the full words is when we start making small words, I'm just trying to figure out why we should be using full words. I think they want us to get used to shortening things up, and we should be satisfied. But I think we should no longer be satisfied with shortening things up. And one of the reasons that backs this up is that when you go into court and you have your lawyer, if you don't explain it exactly the way it is, then it ain't exactly the way it is. The black sheep. 19, 8, 27, 37, 47, 53. Is that what it is? Sheep, 53. Quebec, Herbie Cars. Wings out and eagle legs, out too. So we're talking about Pegasus here. Wings out and eagle legs, Pegasus. Thank you. My son's birthday was on December 9th, disguised as Saturn. Last week, I brought him a supper to his house, and because of the restrictions and the type of place he's living in, he had two parties, one with his mom and then one with his dad. We could have been all together, because if we all right now go to our local grocery store, instead of being like this, we all come in and we all do this after. Who's going to do what? If everybody was doing this, and all of a sudden, 1 billion people in the world do this, where are the people to do this to us if we're all together? It's either all or none. But they scare this one, and they scare that one, and they scare that one. And now this one believes and reports that one, and this one reports that one. Mind your own business. Don't watch. If you sit in front of one TV and watch, if you listen to just me, and I tell you lies all day long that sound like the truth, you'll believe me, and you'll share me with everybody. But if you watch everybody and say, oh, somebody's lying, but you don't know who's lying, and then you would have judgment. Then you would have judgment. My rocking chair, the judgment chair. G and E for the power of the moon. J and U, the Julian calendar, 10 and 21, 31. The W's are actually D's or E's, but this is my judgment rocking chair. I wish I can take my camera into my room. I wonder if they have a camera that, this is the floor I was just working on in there. Let me see, can I go, where is it? Let me see, is it? Yeah, the floor's in there. It's the orange floor. It was divided, a flag on that floor. Here's my binary code over here. And there's my roulette over there on that side. don't know if you can see it because I'm not in front of the screen right now. Okay, IMO in my opinion. Thank you very much. Let me just write this. "13 plus 1, 14, plus 19 equals 33, plus 11 equals 44. Mask equals 44. The reverse of mask equals 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has to be 108 equals to 64. 5, 8, 8, 7. 88, 577. Reflecting of the moon. Sheep equaling to 53. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 letters, 135, 82. The cycle in the moon. Mask reverse. N, Z, H, P. HP. Zion HP. Zion Gateway. Just trying to think of it. Silver Matrix, 388. Okay. I don't really like to say that word. Enze. Henzi. Henzi. Fenzi. Zephin. 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 I'm just trying to thinking because Accelru, Zephin. Accelru, Zephin. H, S, V, V, P, 16K. I just like to reverse things. There's certain things I don't like to say because of YouTube standards and all social media standards. But I guess that's just me, and it's okay to say you're right. If we just, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to say it just for you to know. If we all just at one time did that, I mean, because I don't know what you believe, but we're going to get onto something. I was on the element scale and aluminum barite. I don't know if anybody knows what aluminum is, but if you take aluminum and take a grinder to it, just grind aluminum, it'll stick on you and you won't be able to get out the molecules. Okay. The same thing, apparently, look up the aluminum barite and see what it says about it. But that's going to stick in your lungs. And holy Jesus, holy God, holy moly. That's the same thing or the same scenario, the people that can't breathe. And how many are going to recover? How many will really recover once their lungs are burnt and shot? Me, I think there's going to be this many recoveries from any severity. None. Because that is sticking in here. And if you heat it a little bit with the new moon cycle that's coming, I don't know, the number to the moon is 57, so I'd look it up in letters and play with it with a number. Okay, 57, 5 is E. Okay, 5 is E, but 7 is G, so you can just figure that one out. And that's exactly what it is. And I can tell you a story right now that I have 3 cows in my bath. I absolutely have 3 cows in my bath, and I have 3 cows in my fridge, and I have 20 cows in the bedroom because I have milk. I have cashew milk. I have hemp bliss milk. I've got oat milk, but none were made by a cow, but it's milk. So you would be deceived, or there would be a deception in this. And I'm saying all this for another reason, because I'm beating around the bush in this scenario. And here in Canada, we're all lucky because all winter we're usually like this anyways. This is how it is in Quebec during the winter. But once you get used to the winter, you can walk around like this. And it seems like it's winter all year along right now. And so let me read this. Right. Just know you know the difference is the beginning. IMO, I imagine that there's another system out there, and an alter system, and it'll bring in the fate of this system that we're in. I think that there's some kind of channel right now, something that we're passing through in space. Unless it's, you ever hear of Space Odyssey? I'd have to look that up. I think that was a song and a movie. Either A, we're not passing through anything, or the system, the alter system, where the information comes into this game that we're in, although we seem to be free and everything, we're just actually in a bubble, and this bubble will just collapse and everybody will be wiped out. But it doesn't matter, because your mind came into this game from the alter world. You'll just get cut off. It's like pulling the plug on your lamp and plugging it in the other room. You're plugged in here, and when you're not plugged in here, your mind is elsewhere. Do you remember the other day we spoke about this? This is man. This is man when he sleeps. But when he sleeps, I think his hand, his antenna, one of his antennas, you see when the cat's awake, he's like this, or she's like this. When the cat's asleep, it's like this, being always connected to the outside world. Or when he's awake, he's always connected to the outside world. And in this world, humans are only connected into this world. And this, we don't have our tail. Our tail's been cut and we're not connected to the other world. Are we apes? Are we humans? There's a missing link. Of course there's a missing link. They took it away. They took away that link. They went from here in creation. They said, that's no good. We need milk in our pancakes. And all of a sudden, oh my God, there's no more milk in our pancakes. And all of a sudden, the pancake is no longer a pancake. It's a crepe. How did they go from a pancake to a crepe? Because the recipe was changed. We're made from all the animals. We're all the animals. Does my cat? Wait. Oy. Does my cat? What does my cat have? What does my cat have any different than me? She eats. She drinks. She drinks the same I drink. She basically eats almost what I eat, just a different combination. Just a different combination. What do you eat? Do you want to tell everybody what you eat? Come here. You love me? Do you love me? Come on my lap. Come on my lap. Come on my lap. Come on. No? Okay. Let's get back to home theater. Home theater? Are you going to plop? Are you going to plop or what? Okay. Thank you, Susan. Don't touch the paint, please. Don't touch the paint. Looks like a funny color, but that's the floor in the other room. Let me put this over here. She's always here, eh, buddy? On my books all the time, eh? Whoa, I dropped the camera again. I think it's almost time to shut the lights. Let me pick this camera one more time. Sorry about that. Whoa, out went the lights, eh? I used to be 18. Yes, what would darts do? What would darts do on the Monopoly? Darts, Monopoly. So where was I going next? What? Let's play a little game. Does anybody want to screenshot this? And the reason I asked for a screenshot is so I can look at it myself. I rather look at the paper than look at the screen and just read the opposites. Absent and present, accurate, inaccurate, against, for nothing, and modern is the enemy and the ally for the question that appears to disappear. When it's artificially natural and repulsive to accept, it's always or never the autonomous to approve, to ascend to the enemy, and to agree to the abundant and scarce that is against all for nothing. And all I did is read this top section here. So that if I go to this section here, can anybody screenshot? Does anybody know how to screenshot? Can anybody remember this? Because I can't see it. Unless I hold one up and print another one. I screenshot. I scream. Okay, so in the B area, it's backward and forward, before and after, bent and straight, big and little, blame the praise that it's big and straight, bend before and after it's forward, don't lend or be limited, to be bright or to be dull, to brighten or to fade, the blessed be cursed, the blessed be worse, the bad is good, the beautiful is better and sweet, as black as white, and bold is bound to be brave, and best is worst, is bad before and after it's straight, because bitter is sweet. How much do you have to fool around with these words? Because the words were given to us. They're just so perfect. So all these words and opposites of these words have numbers to them. I like to do it in English and French. I'll do it in a little bit in Spanish. I won't actually do it, but I'm just saying what should be done in order to find out what opposites are and the numbers are, so you can find out what those numbers can mean depending in the situation. Almost like you get to the English language and you say, okay, it's a noun. So what are the opposites in nouns, and can there be opposites in nouns? Nouns, adjectives, verbs, and now you can find the opposites of these in their numbers to find out what the deeper value of that number is for creation. We go to number C. It is close, it is far, it is distance. It is hot as it's cold, and if you're clumsy, then go. Because if things are not voluntary or compulsory, then it cannot heat up and be warm. It is closed and ajar and open to combine the cold with the hot in any discomfort that will correct and conceal and reveal the contract and discouragement of your courage that cannot be explained. But be careful, and as you are careful, you can be careless. Typo scream. Yes. Hot and cold. What color is hot and cold? Red and blue. It'll create purple. Apparently, if you stop breathing, you turn purple in the face. Purple is the color at the bottom of the rainbow. And now the rainbow is a frown, and it is not a smile. So why should we like the rainbow? And at the other end of the rainbow is the gold, yet you never reach it because it's not in this world. And the colors of the rainbow seem to be diesel fuel, dye cell, the ocean, moved by the moon, by salt, diesel, and the colors they bring. There's no water on the moon. So that's this paper over here. I didn't finish something that I had started before. Let me see if it's here. About a half an hour ago, I started talking about something. I'm not sure where I put that paper. So let me go through this for a second. Yeah, Mighty Messer. I have to keep up. Mighty Messer and Levette, the only reason I mention them is because I really don't watch much of anything else, and I don't even watch enough of them. Warner Brothers, brothers in creation. No, I can't find that paper. How's it possible? I'm sitting here. Can we can? Yes, I've got it. We were talking about this 20 minutes ago, and I never finished it. We have sliced and diced, living on high hopes that the job we have today will be there until our retirement. We want everything cheap, so we go to the dollar store where it's all made by the machine, China. We smoke cigarettes and abuse alcohol and drugs. Thus, those whom have no shelter in place prefer to accept the life. So be it, or how do we help? Pollution, who and why? We have economic specialists, and yes, the air is polluted and the oceans rave in plastic. Still, we have the smartest who keep order in disorder. So we go to the polls to vote and hold no platform accountable in the time frame. Is this true? Has it been the fault of the masses? Money should never come between health and nature. Money should never come between health and nature. Yet for the last how many years have they been fighting over this care and that care and this care and that care? And all of a sudden, they don't care. Stay at home. And they're throwing money, millions and billions of dollars out there, but yet people are still starving on the street, still giving money to those who can work. And people who have jobs don't want to work anymore because the money is free. So all these companies who can't get any money have to go to the black market for people to work in their shops. And they talk about, we have a platform. There is no platform. The platform is not for the masses. I'm reading off the paper. Is it true? Has it been the fault of the masses? Money should never come between health and nature. 50-50 is not always fair when one can prove that 99% of the 50 are wrong. But then this one person is discredited and said they are, what is that word? They are conspiracists because they see different and explain different. Is it not allowed to say different with explanation for a better understanding of the difference? Geometric alphanumeric math. God, the seventh and fourth letter in gematria, as well as numbers, the reverse. 7 times 4 in God is the cycle of the moon. 7 plus 4 is 11. The word, the letters of Jesus, 74. A word, and then the bottom here. Oh yeah, I still have a lot of trouble understanding the constellations. I just have a lot of trouble. Where is my whiteout? We're going to be ending this video shortly. I don't have anything else on the agenda. Every time I look for whiteout, okay, here it is. This is actually 57, 75 backwards, and then 57, 75. That's what this design is. See where the X is on that angle towards 33, the command and the creation of the Christ. We're going to do one last piece I think I was getting ready for, and it is this piece over here. If you want to screenshot it. Bo ting lo sun tong chong chi ai ta ti. Bo ting lo sun tong chong chi ai te. And that is 1 through 1 through 9. Is that 1 through 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's 1 through 10. It's a language I came up. Somehow I had this inspiration watching my nephew play hockey. And I said, how come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 isn't said a different way? And all of a sudden this came to me. And it's funny that it came to me. And if you take a look at the numeric value for the words, the way I spell them, 17 is Q, and that is number 1. Ting is 50, and that's the divide. Is it 50 or 58? It's 50. And lo is 50. Sun, well, is 54, and that's number 4. Tongue is 82. And reverse, it can also say 85. So we're talking about the silver matrix, the cycle of the moon in the tongue. The Chong, I mean, it's just made up, but it's just ironic how Chong ends up to be Earth. And it's number 6 is for number Earth, and it comes in at 47 for Jesus. Anyways, I think that's basically it. There's a couple of more things, but nothing relevant. We can also go on again and we can do some more rhyming. What letter can we rhyme with? And then it's how many opposites are there? There's not too many opposite words in Q. In Q, it's qualified, unqualified, question and answer, quiet, loud, and noisy. Wow, I'm tired. Let's go to S. Safe and serious, sick and sober, sorrow, start and sour, soft, stop and secure, go hard. It's complex and simple. If you're healthy, not sick, will you sink or you float? Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I want to thank you for being here this evening. There's a whole lot more we can do. It never stops until I find, is it a group or whatever it is, whoever can use this information in another aspect of their lives, to wake up, to open up the door of this matrix. Imagine you're pushing on a door and it doesn't open, and you push on the door and it doesn't open. Or we fill up a jar with water and it just keeps overflowing, but we want the jar to break, so we freeze it. So by all of us knowing that there's more and believing in something else or not believing in something, and the more of us that wake up, eventually we can take off the veil. You remember years ago we were all talking about there was a cult or religion that was wearing veils over their face, just the women, and all of a sudden we were against it, but now we're putting it on our face. I'd like to put up a link, but I cannot. So I'm going to just get it over here. Hold on, I'm going to look for it. Okay, it's over here. It's over here on my screen. I want to see if I can start this over. I'm not sure what these numbers mean. Maybe they mean something, right? These are all doctors, okay? And I'm not really sure if this is the link. Can you see that link? Hold on a second. Oh, no, wait a second. No, there is no link in this. That's my YouTube. So this is all these medical doctors.
Will you see through their claims to a transhumanist agenda that aims to dispossess you of trust in your body, of any agency around your own life, and even of the fabric of your own humanity? Vaccination is penetration of the body, mind, and spirit by the state. The COVID-19 vaccine is not proven safe. This is not a real medical pandemic.
My name is Constantine Pavlidis, and I'm a professor of politics science, biomedical researcher.
So look up this guy's name. Look up this woman's name. Look up this guy's name.
This is not.
You have complete liability protection.
Just look up these names.
Proven to be safe or effective. And restore human life and safety.
So do you see where I went with this? Does anybody who's left here see where I went with this? Hold on a second. Okay, I have to get rid of this somehow. Okay. Did anybody see what just went on the screen? Thank you, Susan, very much. I don't really do social media anymore. I used to have some social media accounts, and I'm just skeptical about the whole thing. Okay, great, fantastic. Because those names have to be, you have to look, I believe they should be looked up and see what these people talk about. I have a video because there's things that go on this site, and it's where no black keys rest on the piano. Does anybody know where no black keys rest on the piano? The letter F has no black key beside it, and the letter B has no black keys beside it. And that's also a social media site. So you can look up online how to download videos from certain social media places, and then you can take them and make a USB key of it, and then give it to your friends instead of having to share it or send it in the mail. Or if you can afford it, just keep making these and pay it forward. Just buy a whole lot of USB keys and just keep paying it forward and just keep sending them out instead of sending them out. We have to go back to regular mail, and will regular mail work? Or is regular mail me on my feet talking to everybody I meet? I'm here for puzzle pieces. That's what it all is. It's a whole lot of puzzle pieces. In what domain are you looking in the stars? Are you looking for names of planets? The original 6 hockey teams create a pyramid. I don't know if I have that design. The original 6 hockey teams. Oh, I do, exactly. Ha ha ha, I do. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Here it is. I'm not sure if I did this the right way, but I don't remember exactly what it is. I don't know how I ended up connecting this. I call this the original 6 hockey teams. Neptune to Venus to Earth's moon created this, but the original 6 hockey teams, right? I just want to just maybe draw something up. We go from Montreal to Boston to New York. We go from Montreal, I think, to Toronto, Toronto over to Detroit, Detroit over to Chicago. I'm just trying to figure out, and then New York over to Chicago. I'm just trying to figure out if it creates a barn, the original 6 hockey teams. I'm not really sure. But all these things, hockey is played on ice. The seventh inning stretch in baseball, you have 18 and 19 outs. You have 18 and 21 outs in the seventh inning stretch. You have 7 pitches in a baseball game to one batter, in which will have 2 results. Either you strike out or you walk. Forget about anything in between. So you have 7 pitches. And on the 5th pitch, you have a full count. 3 balls and 2 strike. Beta creation. It is on the 6th pitch that you will have an action that will happen, and you will either end up walking to first base or striking out. 5 and 7 is that moon. 6 is that connection. Already watched it. Which one? Okay, so that's the baseball. The hockey, it's on ice. You have 2 people that come to get the puck with 1 individual that is the referee between. So there's 13 people on the ice and 2 stay in the nets. Baseball, there's 9 people in the field and 1 batter at the plate, and 1 is in the on-deck circle, ODC. Soccer, it is 90 minutes. Hockey, it is 60 minutes with 20-minute periods, 3 different periods, 3 periods. That means it's tiers, T-I-E-R-S, means it's part of. There's the in-between period. In football, there's 2 halves and 4 quarters. So all these things have identify with different parts of time. When the clock stops, when the clock starts. The red zone, the center of the field, where it's this side of the field or that side of the field, but yet they don't start in the center of the field. They kick the ball. And now they kick the ball, I think, from the 35 or the 30-yard line. It used to be the 35. And then it's 6 points for a touchdown and 1 point for the extra point. But now in NFL, they're now giving you the chance to get 2 points. So this is in hockey, you have the person who scores and you have the assists, and they only count 2 for assists. So there's 3 points. Each one will pick up a point on a goal if all 3 were involved. And that's basically it. 4K downloader. But no, not all of them go. Is it 4K downloader? But there's another one. There's another one. I looked online, and well, you know what? I was big into hockey, but I don't have to be big into anything now, because whatever I can grasp, somebody says something to me. A car's got 4 wheels, but I'm not a mechanic. A mechanic has tools. A mechanic has different kinds of tools. I'm not a welder, but I can weld, and there's different kinds of tools. Oh, God. Weights and measures, metric and regular. I'm tired. Let's all say goodnight. Me and my cat are going to bed. Yeah, that's it. Is there anything anybody wants to say besides of what's already been said? Going to sleep, me, myself, and I. You know what? I never used to be, I can't even say certain things because the internet will know it, so I'm not. I like Mondays, one of my favorite days because of the weekend. The numeric value for Earth is 52, 52 cards in the deck, and the strong part is the week of 5 days, and the weak part is the 2 days. 2 will rebuild 5. How? 5 times anything. 5 by 7, 35. 2 by 35 equals 7. Or 70, same thing. 2 hours, 19 minutes. I did this 5 days in a row. I got 10 hours of live video, unpresentation. Somebody give me something to talk about tomorrow night. I'll come here for a 30-minute video, maybe in the afternoon. Maybe I'll watch some football. But I find that there's a lot of things in life that no longer intrigue me. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to go paint my room. Right now, I have a design of the planet on one part, or the northern part of the planet. Not a very nice design at all. And I might remove it. I'm going to be putting dots and lines, maybe for Morse code or some kind of mathematical design. The alphabet is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Sun, wow. Words that go together. Love, moon, cycle, period, red, Vajiji, panini, and the sun. These words all go together. Because of this, you have a child. These are 9 by 3 equals 57. 3 times 3 times 3, 27. Sorry. 27 times 2, 27 times 3, 27 times 4, 27 by 5, 27 by 6, 27 by 7, 27 by 8. The reverse alphabet tells a story. And then this is very interesting. There's many ways to do this. There's more to this than just this, but this is basic. And this is good. Sometimes I keep forgetting how to understand it. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm burnt. So please tell me now. I don't see any more comments. I'm going to give it 3 strikes and then I'm ending this video, although I feel disconnected and separated and alone, but that's okay because I'm so tired. When I go to bed, I'm going to expand my arms and go into the other world and see if I can squirmy myself through the matrix vines, the electrical wave, and get over to the other side the way the cat and the horse and the dog can get into the other worlds. I want to get into that other world through the matrix vines. Neo Anderson. Has anybody seen Neo Anderson lately? Everybody know the Matrix? I think it's in Matrix. It says 1010 TV by cutting all the letters in half. But Neo is 1. Eno is to release the gas. Neo Anderson says, our red DNA. French, English, French. Rouge à lèvres. Oh, that's lipstick, but that's Neo Anderson. 1 red DNA, 1 red sun DNA, releasing of the gas. Okay, we have Mr. Dan. I just wanted to say, since you mentioned, right, Mighty Master. I'm not going to say how much I look at it, but we both came out here basically at the same time, and he was matching what I was doing. So that was pretty cool. That gave me a little confidence to say, my God, I must be doing something right because I was matching what he was talking about. And oh yeah, he's definitely onto it. It's amazing. It's just amazing. I see a lot of things that he does that I've done. So it just, you know what, it just bounces. And then I see what Levette does, and I look some of the stuff up and I do the numbers and I say, there's no way this planet was created just like that. Planet of the Apes, and then they created man, right? They wanted to keep man silent. They cut out their tongues in Planet of the Apes. Just makes too much sense. Megahertz. Okay, there's no more. Okay, wait, there's one more here. Oh yeah, 100%. Yes, Miss Levette is very nice and has mentioned. I know she mentioned me in some videos, and I don't know. We've all been around her for many years, as far as I can remember. Miss Levette and Mighty Messer. There's tons of others. There's all kinds of stuff out there. There's also stuff out there. Whoop whoop whoop. Oh, I almost pressed on the wrong thing. There's also the gematria um, value calculator, and you can just put in different stuff like tack pans, and then from tack pans you'll find error or lesson or red alert or modern era. Uh, tack pans 444 74. So the gematria calculator, you'll find a lot of words. And there's other things as well as 74 is Jesus. Mercury is 103. But if you work Mercury a little bit more, Mercury is the law. Venus is 81, but if you multiply it by 3, it's 243, and that's your vibration. Earth is 52 by 3, it's 162, which is the cycle in the moon. It's also the queen and the rule of God. Mars is 51, and you multiply that by 3, you have 153, and it says ace. Jupiter is 99, becomes 297, and that is the gateway of birth through Venus and the sun. Saturn is number 93 times 3. If you can do it times 2 is 186, which is the planet house, and times 3 is 279. And again, 279, 279, which was there another 279? 297. 3 times 99 equals 297. Hold on a second. 3 times 99 equals 297. 3 times 93 equals 279. So when you multiply, see, Saturn is 93, Jupiter is 99. The difference in the two of them, they have the same numeric value, Jupiter and Saturn, when multiplying by 3. 3 is the divider of 2 and 4. Venus and Mars. Then you would have Uranus, which is number 94 times 3 equals to 282, and Uranus creates the cycle of the moon and as well the gateway, because when you say 28, which is created by 7 times 4, it also looks like 585 when it's in the mirror. And to me, this is the blue world energy, and it will also create number 35, which is the passage cycle in the moon because of the mathematics, what it does to it. 7 times 5, 35. There's other things that go along with this, and that is if I multiply 3 times 52, it's not only 162, but it's as well as 66. And I was always looking for that. Earth, 52 times 3 is 162 or 216, doesn't matter the order, okay? But 52, 52, 52, 222, 6, 5, 10, 15, 156 or 66, which was changed over for Interstate 80. I like to change the highway system, 66. So the Earth number, okay, which is also reflected in the word 6, number 52. And then there's Uranus, and then there's Neptune, which is 95, and Pluto, 84. 3 times 84 is 252. So Pluto talks about Earth. And 84 times 3 by 4, 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 3 by 8, 24, 2 and 4, 6, 63, 36, 360 degrees. Anyways, I'm very, very tired. And I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Dan, have a good night. You're a mechanic. Slick Dan, Slick Susan, Susan, Dan, and everybody that's on here. And I have to look back at these comments. There were a few who told me to look a few things up. That's it. So how do we say goodnight? How do I separate? It's so hard to separate from those who believe, to go back to empty space. Empty space. Think about that. We need all this empty space to be able to do what we are doing. Anyways, Kevlar. That's what I want to buy. I have to write that down. I want to buy Kevlar. Things that I want to do. I don't want to say everything, but I'd like Kevlar all over the walls in my room. I want to sleep in silence. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to see the electric. And that's why I go down to this place I call the farm. And there's a cemetery there. And when I take my walks, I usually walk there. And it's just like so silent. It's just like so silent. It's sometimes nice to have just pure silence. Good night. Ending the stream now. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I hope you all had a